how to select which size and what type of crochet hook to use. I like the Susan Bates hooks, and they show you on that hook what is the size and a number. I don't know if you can read that, but it says G6 4 millimeters, so that's a size G. This is a different type, but they're all the same. This is an I, and it's 5.5 millimeters. So this pattern requires a G hook and something called worsted weight yarn. You'll find on the yarn itself what type it is. The yarn gives you different sizes. This one says on it worsted weight medium. 4 is the amount of ounces. Also, this other trick I learned, it shows you which side to take the yarn out of in the beginning. Side B, where you pull it from the center of the core, is the way. So I would take this one and pull the yarn out this way so it comes out of the middle of the skein. For the rest of this video, we're going to be making a 10-minute crochet preemie hat. Although it says 10 minutes, it's more like 30 minutes for me. The size of the crochet hook and the yarn are very important to be able to make a newborn hat. All these three hats have been made with the same pattern and the same hook. Just the yarn made a big difference. From this little hat to this hat with a little stripe on it to this really big hat. The yarn, the blue yarn, is much bigger than the yellow hat. The yellow hat is made with baby yarn, and this is made with a regular worsted weight yarn. Hi, the first thing I'm going to teach you is how to put the yarn onto the crochet hook. We start with just the yarn, and what I'm going to do is wrap it around my finger twice. Then I'm going to take the piece that's closest to my knuckle, pull it over the first, pick up the first, pull it over. Now I'm going to pick up the first one, and you can see that it makes a little loop. I'm going to put my crochet hook through that little loop, hold on to both ends, and pull it taut. That's how I get the first one on the crochet hook. Here I'll do it again. Take the yarn, wrap it around towards the tip of your finger, pull it over, pull the next one up and over, and pull the first one you touched up. Put it through the crochet hook, pull it tight, and now you have your first one on. Rewind this if you need more help. Okay, so here we go with the 10-minute crochet preemie hat. This is a G hook, and this is worsted weight yarn. It's a multicolored yarn that I use that'll just help us as we're going. This hat is worked in the round, so you don't have to turn your materials back and forth. The first thing you do is make your stitch to put on your crochet hook, and that's the first stitch on. And the first direction is to chain 3. Now this one doesn't count, so sometimes you have to wiggle this one first through and make it nice and loose. 1, 2, 3. You have chained 3. The second direction is to for round 1. So this first chain isn't actually called a round. So it says 12 DC in third chain from the hook. Join with the slip stitch to begin chain 3. So what that means is that if you notice there's a pattern here, 1, 2, and 3. Put from the, if it's asking from third from the, we're going to put our loop. And now a double chain is that we pull this pretty tight, wrap it around the hook once. Now then I'm going to put it through this hole. and this hole is from the closest one to the end. Then I'm going to wrap it around by the hook, pull the material through the hook, so now I have 3. Wrap it one more time around, so I have 4. Now it's called a DC for double chain, which means I'm just going to take that and pull it all the way through. So now you can see where I began in this hole. So it says 12 of these. Wrap it around, put it in that same first hole, catch it around the back, pull it through. I have 3, wrap it around, makes 4. I'm going to pull this all the way through. That's my second one. 1, 2. I'm going to keep my finger kind of in that hole. Wrap it around through the section. At some point you want to just manage that little tail of yarn. Pull it through the back. I have 3 on. Wrap it around. I give it a slight turn and pull it through. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. Wrap it around, in, back through. Little turn, that's 4. It says 12 of these. They're going to be quite stiff. 4. That's 5. Wrap it around through that same first hole. 6. Halfway done. 7. 8. I'm going to spread it a little bit to give it a little bit more room. 9. 10. 11. Boy, we hardly think it's going to make it, but it will. And the last one is 12. Okay, so we have the 12 stitches all the way around the first hole. Now we have to make this a circle. The way that we do that is we look for the first stitch at the top. Okay, and we find that first stitch. There's 2 parallel loops together. Put our crochet hook through, catch it behind, and you're going to pull that one through both loops and pull it tight. Now you have your first loop. The next thing we're going to do is, so that makes our first complete round. That's round 1.